Hello students. So today's lecture is about selection sort. In previous video, we have seen how bubble sort works. So this video is about selection sort. So let's understand the process first. Now, as you already know, the sorting is for arranging elements in order, right? Now, how this is different from bubble sort? Let's see that. Here, suppose you have to arrange elements in ascending order. Okay. Now, for example, these are the elements and you have to arrange them in ascending order. So if you understand the mechanism or the process, then the program becomes very simple. So here what we do is the first element will be fixed. And from the remaining list, we find the least element. Okay, so here the least element is 30. And then these two elements will be swapped. So what happens? 30 will come here, 67 will go to this place, and all other elements will remain same. Okay, so this will be the output after first iteration. Right, now the same process continues. Now the first element is already sorted, which is occupied by the least element. Now in the second iteration, the second element will be fixed. And from the remaining list, the smallest element will be found. And here is the element which is least out of these three. And these two will be swapped. So what happens? The outcome after first iteration will become this in the second iteration. Okay, now in the third iteration, third element will be fixed, and from the remaining list of elements, the smallest will be found. And here is the smallest, and these two will be swapped. Okay, the remaining elements will remain as it is. Similarly, in fourth iteration, your next element will be fixed, and since there's only one element left, which is smaller than this, and therefore it will be swapped. So finally, you get the list of swapped elements. So this is the selection sort process. Very simple. The swapping, as we discussed, swapping is done same way. If suppose there are two elements A and B, you take a third variable and do the swapping using these three statements, right? So let's understand the program. Just a minute. Yes, so let's understand selection sort through programming. The question is input marks of n students and display them in descending order. Okay, fine. So as we have already seen in bubble sort also, or in any array program, first you have to create an array. Now, if it is n students, you have to accept the size of the array through user. And if the size is given, say 10 students, then you have to create an array of size 10 or of number of elements 10. Okay, so first we create an array and then we input elements into the array, same way as done for any array program. You make use of a for loop and input the elements. So I hope till here it is clear because we have already done so many array programs. So let's directly go into the selection sort technique, which is discussed here. Yes. Yes, so here there are two loops. The outer loop, which counts the number of iterations, and here we will store the position of the first element in the variable P. Okay. So basically we are storing the fixed element index in P. So first time your I is 0 and its position you assign to the variable P. Okay. And in the inner loop, as you remember, what we did here was we have fixed the first element and from the remaining list, we found the smallest. So that is why your J starts from I plus 1. See, if this I value is 0, then this is 1, 2, 3. And the inner loop will start searching for the least element from I plus 1, which is, in this case, is from first element onwards. Okay. And as you know, finding the largest element of the array. So whenever your P stores the position of first element. Actually, P we are using just as a variable in which we can store the position of the highest element. This is descending order. Therefore, we are searching for the element which is highest or the greatest element in the list of array elements. Now, whenever A of P is less than A of J, we assign the index J into P. So through this, we are trying to find the index of the highest or the greatest element in the remaining list of elements. Okay. So once the inner loop completes, you will get the position of the greatest element in P. Now what we do, we just swap the first element, which is A of I with the position of the highest element. So in this case, the highest element is here. So your P will be 2 and I will be 0. So you swap A of I with A of P. The position 0 and 2 will get swapped. And therefore, 25 and 90 will get exchanged or swapped. The swapping process is same as we have discussed in bubble sort. In T is equal to A of P is equal to A of I is equal to T. So you're considering A of P and A of I as the two elements, say A of B, and swapping it the same way as we did before. That's it. That is only the selection sort. So this will continue till all the elements are swapped. So you can just pause the video and understand the explanation once again if you are not clear. So once the loop gets complete, the elements will be sorted and you can just display the elements in descending order using the for loop. Okay. So this completes our selection sort program. Now I will just show you the output. Just a minute. Yes, you compile the program. There is no syntax error. And then since we have used a static function, we can directly call the function through class. Enter the array size. Let me give 3 as the array size. And the elements say 6, 3, and 10. And the elements must come in descending order. Let's see if it works or not. Yes, so this is the output of the program. Children, hope you are liking my videos. Please make use of it and get very good marks in your exams. And keep me motivated. Like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much.